Well, here at the Strand, we show our films the traditional way. 35mm film, real stuff, not digital, plastic with photographic emulsion on it, the real thing. We show them on twin projectors wired for changeover, which means that we switch seamlessly from the end of the first reel to the start of the second at the touch of a button. Half the film goes on projector number 1, the second half goes on projector number 2, and if the projectionist is paying attention, you see a flawless presentation, and I don't need to tell you that the projectionist always pays attention.
Now, what's the difference between this and a lot of other theaters that you might go to?
Most theaters since the 1970s have adopted what's called a platter system, which is a flat turntable which carries the entire film spliced into one continuous loop. And this system can be set to run through an automation system using metallic tape, which activates electronic sensors, so that all the operator needs to do is turn on the power at the beginning of the day, and the entire program can be run without human attention, which is fine in theory, but often it leads to problems with film breaking, film jamming, film going out of focus, film losing sound sync, film going out of frame. Anything that you can imagine that could go wrong with a platter system will.
We show basically the best of current independent documentary and foreign film. A lot of the films that we show here are first-run features. A lot of people, I think, still think that maybe we show old films mostly. We do show a classic film on occasion, maybe 3 or 4 times a year, but the majority of our film programming is new and current cinema.
And like you were saying before, you had, mainstream hits like Juno and,
Sure.
and things of this nature here, too.
But Juno was a quirky little indie film that became a huge mainstream hit. It wasn't made...
After it played at little theaters like the Strand.
Exactly.
So you guys played it before it became cool.
Exactly.
We did.
Okay.
Yeah. We made it cool, in fact. We had over 300 people standing on the sidewalk in January on a very cold night to come in to see that, and we ended up holding the show for half an hour to make sure that everyone had a seat before.
And what's really new here is we've been focusing on doing a lot of high-definition broadcasts, for instance, of the Metropolitan Opera, live from New York, and that's proven to be very, very popular. We do the New York Times Center Times Talk Live, which is an author series. They interview authors live from New York. We also do a live broadcast from London, the National Theatre of London, of a series of 4 plays this season.
We don't have newsreels anymore, but we often will present actual news. When President Obama was inaugurated, we had a capacity crowd that day. We had hundreds of people stand in the cold to get tickets to get in to see the historic moments of inauguration, and it was a real shared experience. It was one of the most memorable things that we've done here.
What we also like to do with some of our films is we do like to have an educational component sometimes. We will bring in the speakers and the filmmakers. We are working right now on a film series with the Farnsworth, showing 5 independent art films over the course of October, November. And we bring in a speaker for each of the films to kind of educate people about, not only about the film, but kind of put the film into some sort of context. So that's been very successful.